Okay, guys, so I've got something to read. This is the bear. That's right. Real name, Superman. Don't tell anybody, because it's top secret. That's right. I'm a top secret agent. That's right. Specially trained to take out stupid people. Okay. So, to any man or woman providing court services in this matter, to any man or woman giving witness or making a complaint against me, to any man or woman with the standing to settle this matter, I am the man that was wrongfully charged and wrongfully and unlawfully forced off my own property. And that is being unlawfully administrated by a de facto corporate power, landlord and tenant board, without right or my consent. I am the man that was wrongfully detained and forced to participate in an unlawful document to be free from unlawful detainment. I am the man that is being wrongfully limited in a probation scheme that is a violation of my right to self-govern outside of a de facto corporate rules and obligations. Before I can proceed, I claim a right to have the following questions answered and record before I can proceed. A, or number 1, when will I get disclosure for a fair trial? Number 2, in other words, B, is there a trust being administered in this matter, and what is the name of the trust? C, number 3, which Barry Collier is being charged? Number 4, D, are the charges being made against me as a self-governing man or as an inferior legal person under corporate rule, also known as a trust without my consent? Is there a man? Oh, sorry, that was D, number 4. 5E or E5, however you want to say it. Say it French. Say it backwards. Say it forwards. I don't care. Is there a man or woman here today that claims I can lawfully be convicted by a de facto corporate power using their bylaws? 6F or F6. What man or woman claims the right to force corporate bylaws on me when I caused no claimable harm or damage at the time of the implied offense? 7G. What proof is there that I intend to cause any harm or put in writing I intend to harm anyone at that time implied offense? H, 8H. What law or bylaw is being used to claim that expressing my frustrations without intent to do harm is unlawful for a self-governing man? Expressions, Is there any conflicts of interest? Sorry, 9I, I9. Is there any conflicts of interest I need to be aware or concerning de facto crown rules and service providers versus my common law rights? 10J or J10. Will I be guaranteed the right to a fair trial, or will there be a private hearing known as an ex parte hearing due to prejudice concerning my standing as a self-governing man and not a legal person? There could be religious prejudice as well, which wouldn't surprise me. Is there any? Question. 11K. Does the man or woman judging this matter agree to be unbiased, impartial, and independent of a tribunal as comparable to a trial by jury? 12L. Is there any man or woman that can claim under oath that I don't have a right to non-compliance to the rules and procedures that I don't understand, or that violate my common law rights in this matter? 13M, M13. Is there any man or woman here today that can claim under oath that my common law rights are not superior to the de facto corporate rules being implied in this matter? 14N and 14. Will the man or woman bringing the charges against me be willing to settle this matter in writing by rebutting my claims of right by email? 15O. As an alternative, will the man or woman bringing the charges against me answer my questions under oath? 16P. If not, how can I receive a fair trial? 17Q. Are the rules of the Corporation of Ontario bound by the Canada Act of 1982? 18R. What man or woman can claim under oath that the charges against me are not unlawful and are not a violation of my rights? 19S. What man or woman believes he or she has the right to make charges against me or make judgments against me and not have to answer these questions? 21T. T21. Are we not all equal under the law and equally protected concerning a right to a fair trial? Attention, I claim the herein questions must be properly answered for me to proceed to settle this matter and not have my right to a fair trial violated. Contact info. I am the man commonly known as Barry of the Collier family. All right. So the court has already made some major... They don't want me to have my, how would you put it nicely? I call it a mistake. Maybe it's not. Either way, as far as I understand, I still haven't got my disclosure due to maybe it's incompetence. Maybe it is, I don't know, maybe it's a lack, maybe it's a derelict in duties. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to read something else to you guys now. Okay, starting from page 1. I am the man commonly known as Barry, Collier. I am here to protect my rights in this matter. I claim a right to not comply with any rules that I do not understand or that violate my rights to a fair and public trial. Before this matter can proceed to a trial, I claim the right to have the man or woman bringing the charges against me to prove I can be convicted of an offense by a de facto corporation using corporate bylaws. I claim the onus is on the one bringing the charges. Sorry, guys, I apologize. Let me start again. I claim the right to have the man or woman bringing the charges against me to prove I can be convicted of an offense by a de facto corporation using corporate bylaws. I claim the onus is on the one bringing the charges against me to rebut my claims of right or lawful excuses under oath. A lawful excuse under oath. In other words, ignorance is an excuse when you don't know what you're doing. That is actually a lawful excuse. So any idiot that would tell you that ignorance, is not an excuse is actually, in fact, lying to himself, to me, and to other people, because that is simply not true. In my right to have an opinion, or in my right to have a belief. Statute of Canada, we all have the right to our beliefs. Okay, so I am not here to answer questions or make legal arguments, but rather to make known my claims of right and lawful reasons as compared to section 794, number 2, it's in brackets, of your criminal code that must be properly rebutted before this matter can proceed to trial. For the record, I claim I am innocent of any wrongdoing in this matter. I claim the right to a fair trial, judged without bias or prejudice by a man or a woman, independent of the tribunal. I am not here to answer any questions. The onus is on the man bringing the charges against me to answer the questions. Okay, I'll make sure I got everything read here. And like I said before, I am the man commonly known as Barry of the Collier family. All right, so now that that has been taken care of, now the next thing to do is, we've got to put this away where it belongs, in the proper order. Okay, so excuse me for a second, I'm just doing some shuffling here. Shuffling. Claimed rights in support of documents. Notice. This is a notice. I claim the right to use my notices to make my rights known and have said rights respected. I claim my form of notice is lawful and valid. Common law rights. I claim that my unrebutted common law claims are superior to any de facto corporate rules, obligations, and procedures made for classes and persons and trusts under corporate rule. I claim that only a man or a woman has standing to rebut my common law rights under oath to be valid in this matter. De facto power or corporation. A corporation that has bylaws applied to an employee or classes of persons trust under that corporation rule. A corporation has no right over a man or a woman without consent and must not violate common law rights to be valid. By the way, I've never consented to anything. Nothing. My signature is not valid. Under duress, when I don't know what I'm doing, these things are null and void. So I can go back to my property anytime I want. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Anyways, I'll keep going here. Right to not be convicted by a de facto power. I believe there is no proper claim for relief to be granted, but rather a corporate complaint over a corporate bylaw and advisory at best. The Canada Act of 1982 is the supreme law over corporations and service providers and trustees to protect any man or woman from wrongful enforcement of corporate bylaws and right violations. My rights have been violated. Fact. I claim all my claimable common law rights are valid, and I have no lawful obligation to have permission from any man or woman, Attorney General, acting for the de facto power, such as the Crown Corporation, prove otherwise. I claim a right to all common law rights in this matter comparable to a constitutional question, but not restricted to questions and argument used by the corporate lawyers. See documents section 26 binding of the Crown Service Providers. Person. I claim the right to be in the capacity of a man in this matter, and not a person under corporate control, also known as a trust. See comparable documents. Lawful reason or claim of right, similar to a lawful excuse used to protect common law rights. Right to a fair trial. I claim the right to a fair trial without prejudice as a self-governing man. I claim a right to have a court service provider judging this matter to be competent in common law rights. To be unbiased, independent of the tribunal, and not act as a corporate lawyer, but rather comparable to a trial by jury. I also claim that the man or woman providing judging services has no right to force rules and procedures on me that I do not understand and that violate my common law rights. I claim the right to be non-compliant to any rule I do not understand or that violates my common law rights. Right of association. I believe I have the right to associate as a self-governing man outside of any de facto corporate rule. Attention. This is not legal argument used by lawyers, but rather claims of rights that must be properly rebutted, or I claim the right to be compensation, 1,000 lawful dollars for each violation. Let me read that again. Attention. This is not a legal argument used by lawyers, but rather claims of rights that must be properly rebutted, or I claim the right to be compensated 1,000 lawful dollars for each violation. I am the man known as Barry Collier. Notice for the court clerk. Oh, let's make sure I'm not screwing this up, guys. Notice for the dated November the 5th, 2022. Notice for the court clerk to the man or woman acting as a court clerk for the Superior Court. File on demand. This is a lawful claim that does not comply with civil procedure. This claim is a private matter that moves according to the common law. I have included 2 copies of a claim and documents to be date stamped. I require the original copy to be filed and the other copy to be sent out in the included empty and addressed envelope. Attention, this is a lawful notice to be used in my claim versus the said above for an interference of wrongdoing concerning carrying out the said above duties. Location, I'll have to put that in there later. Anyways, guys, just doing a little bit of training here for those that are incompetent, incompetent, not competent. Okay, so that is all I have to say for today. By the way, this is the Bear. That's my nickname. My good friends call me Bear. My enemies call me John. Don't call me John unless you are declaring you're an enemy of me. So, if you have respect, if you have kindness, if you truly are not prejudiced against my religious beliefs, if you don't hate Jehovah's Witnesses, that's awesome. If you do, it'll be evident by the fact that you say things like, you don't deserve what you have. That's a way of basically showing that you're envious. And envy, the definition of envy, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'm sure I'll be wrong again in the future. I will make more mistakes because I am imperfect and I am a sinner. But as far as I understand, is envy and jealousy doesn't look good on you or me or anybody. See, I'm not an envious man. I'm not jealous of anybody. Why would I be? I like who I am. I love who I am. Bottom line is, if you're jealous of me, it shows by the things you say. You know, it's kind of sad. You know, it kind of makes you look pathetic when you're envious of me. When you say things like that, it's really hurtful. It's harmful to my emotions and to my psyche. So, you know, I feel uncomfortable being around certain people in law enforcement because of the things that I have experienced. Sadly enough, you know, one of the things I learned in life is that I always put quotes, one on each side. This is my constitutional right to express my opinions and my beliefs. If you don't agree with them, well, that's your opinion. And ultimately, you have a right to express your opinions and your beliefs. If I don't want to hear from you, if I don't want to talk with you, and you keep bothering me and keep phoning me and keep leaving messages on my phone, this is in fact harassment. Seeing that I've already told you more than once to leave me alone. So to all the people out there that keep on harassing me and knocking on my door, that's just a very respectful, kind warning that I've given you more than once now. So you are in, what's the word? Is it breach? You are, in fact, I'm trying to think of the word. I'm not a lawyer, guys. I don't know legalese very well. I have a hard time speaking, probably. I mean, I do actually have brain damage. That's a fact. You know, I have emotional disorder. You know, I have chronic pain, and I deal with a lot of issues in my own personal life, which are none of your business. So, sadly enough, we live in a world where people are just takers. They take advantage of people. They think that they have the right to live on your property or on my property. Just remember, it's not your right. It is a privilege to live on my property. Just like it's a privilege when my friends let me come over and stay in their home. See, I'm homeless, guys, because of what the government has done to me. And the government owes me compensation. And whatever that is, that will be dealt with in time. Some of my friends in law enforcement are helping me. And I love them with all my... I really respect my law enforcement friends. I have firemen that are friends of mine, police officers that are friends of mine. I've got Jehovah's Witnesses that are friends of mine. I got friends from every nationality, tribe, and tongue. You know, I got Catholics that are friends of mine. You know, I have friends from every religion. I have Buddhists that are friends of mine. And these people are really good, honest-hearted people who I respect and love. And so this beautiful sunny day, I thought I'd just make a little video. I'm hoping I'm not doing anything wrong here. As far as I know, I'm not. My intent is completely honorable and good. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little video. It's a little bit of education for you. And one of my judges, who's a lawyer, acting as a judge, he's a really good friend of mine, and he's been helping me understand the law because I don't get it. I'm not that bright, guys. I really ain't. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not the dullest either. I got a lot to learn. You know, I got a lot to learn. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. To all my family and friends, I love you very much, and you have a great day. Bye for now.